There's 3 different types of testing steps available to us under the Dataset testing category. Let's take a look at each of them and what they do. Now, the first one is the row count testing step, and you can add this to a pipeline by clicking on the button shown right here. I've already added this testing step to my pipeline here. Here it is. And I've configured it using this menu on the right-hand side. Now, what this testing step allows me to do is validate that the row count in a table I've selected in my data set is as expected. And in this example, how I've configured it is I've selected my data set, I've selected a table, and then I've selected an operator from this drop-down menu. So I'm creating a rule to apply here to do my check on the row count. I've selected greater than, and I've put in 1.1 million. And so you can configure this however you want. But in this example, what I'm doing is testing to be sure that the number of rows in my table in this data set is more than 1.1 million. Now, the next testing step available to us is column statistics, and I can add this to my testing pipeline by clicking on the plus button right here. Now, you can see I've already added it into my testing pipeline and configured it using the menu on the right-hand side of my screen. Now, what this testing step is allowing us to do is apply rules to the values contained within a column that we've selected, within a table we've selected, within a data set. And so in this example, I'm making sure that the values in this column adhere to this rule that I've inputted. In this case, I have selected the column units within my sales fact table, and I'm checking to be sure that all of the values in this column are less than 100. Now, the last testing step available to us is dataset values. I've already added this step to my pipeline right here and configured it on the right-hand side of my screen. Now, what this testing step is allowing us to do is input a expected value or list of expected values right here and validate whether they are in or not in a column that we've selected within a table in our data set. And so in this example, I have inputted 55555 is the value, established the rule as not in, and selected a column that I want to check to make sure that this value never appears in. Now, after we execute all the steps in this testing pipeline, we're going to get a report that shows us whether each step passed or failed. And in this case, each of my steps did indeed pass. And for each of the steps, I can click on some details to get some more information on them. Here we can see for my first test where I said the row count should always be over 1.1 million. We can see that indeed it passed and the current size is 1.26 million.